All right. So, welcome to the Circle of Light meditation. I'm Rachel, as some of you may know, as a lot of you know. And I didn't do this last week because I had we did a dreams workshop with the Newark Collective. And so I missed you all. It's been a week. It's kind of hard to believe. And then actually, I'll be taking another few weeks off because I'll be on vacation, much needed one, this week and the week after that. So it's nice to see those of you I know, some of you who I probably don't know. Hi. And let's see, this evening I wanted to talk about calling it retreating into the womb of the earth, of Mother Earth. And the reason I want to do this is because I had this really interesting vision, I guess, where I was guided into literally down through the roots of a tree into the dirt of the earth and receive this really powerful healing. I often go into my Akashic records, a lot of you for my own guidance and healing information, but something told me the other day not to do that because I needed something a little different. And I had my friend Stasha do this, or she offered this really incredible soul healing, like timeline inner child therapy for me. And it was similar, very shamanic sort of vibe. So I wanted to do something like that this evening as well in a meditation. And the reason I wanted to do that is because we're going through a lot, a lot of intense energy, that light shining on the earth, illuminating shadows around us, illuminating the shadows within. And one of the things that I personally have been experiencing has been just, a lot of exhaustion and just, like PTSD almost from the past 2 years of just insanity. And I think it's for a lot of us, it's kind of, we're still in a state of disbelief. Like, what really happened over the past 2 years, and how are so many people that we knew, that we loved, that we kind of thought would be there with us, that they were not in the same place that we are, of seeing things that we were seeing, that they weren't seeing those things, that they were buying into the narrative. And I talk about that a lot. I don't need to go into that again, but I think for me personally, for a lot of us, it's a deep feeling of loss and grief, moving beyond the anger, but to just, the old way of being, the old things we used to do, the close relationships we used to have with some people, with our family members, like the way of living, even though it probably wasn't that great to begin with, right? We look now like, why did I think that was so great? It's still a loss and it's a change. And so I think it's really important to allow ourselves to feel what that feels like, to be shifting out of this old way of being, really out of the 3D world, the third dimensional reality that a lot of us, grew up in most of our lives in, into these higher states of consciousness. But do we think that the awakening process would be just this, everything's great and amazing? No, it's not. It can be hard, right? And the reason it's so hard, not always hard, because it's freedom, right? Seeing through the truth is absolutely freeing. And having that spiritual divine source energy is just, it's everything, right? But what's hard is that we're doing so much pattern breaking. We're breaking, things that have been passed down from our bloodlines, like the way that our mothers did it, where mothers did it, where our grandmothers' mothers did it, or fathers and their fathers and their fathers. Just patterns of dysfunction, of addiction, of victimhood, of shame, of abuse, of like all these things that that every generation it just gets the way things are done, right? This is the way that things are done, and that we have this opportunity. In fact, we're being really asked do it differently. But what can happen is that when somebody does something different, this is a very basic sort of psychological brain instinct for a lot of people with the pack mentality. When somebody does something different, the rest of the pack can view that different, that, that person that's wandering away from the herd as a threat, right? As literally as, and it's very subconscious, usually not intentional, because but it can be like, we're not safe if this person's doing something different. Then does that mean that we're not going to be safe if they're attracted attention to us and somehow we'll be attacked? And so we're certainly seeing that, when we've tried, a lot of us have tried to, wake people up. That works well, doesn't it? Not to try to tell them, things about what's really going on, what we perceive as being blatant lies, what really is, was and is blatant lies from the media. But for many people who, if it's not in their soul contract, then to awaken at that time, then they will literally push it away. In fact, we're seeing that happen now, even more people kind of burying their heads deeper in the sand because they're not ready. It's too much. They can shut down, just don't want to hear it. They're not able to hold that level of light of consciousness. It's just not, they're not, it's soul at a soul level ready. Because what does that mean? It means that their whole world that they've built around might be shattered. That's not real. Then what is real? And when their identity could feel shattered. So knowing all that, we know all, but it doesn't change that the way we can feel that, just this feeling of again, grief and loss of the way things were. So, as much as, and again, like I say this a lot, but a really strong spiritual connection is absolutely essential right now. And that is because, how do we, can feel so heavy, and we can pick up on the heavy energy. We can have the ego, all the, the ego, when it's, like a candle before it's burnt out, it flares. And so we're really moving through the ego stories, the fears, the self-defeating thoughts, the doubts that can, up in weird ways, really weird ways, right? The money stuff, the just, comparing ourselves to other people, feeling like we're enough, feeling like, that maybe people are trying to harm us, going to that victim place. All of these old patterns, they're coming up. We have all these opportunities right now to see them, to experience them again. So look at your life, right? Look at what's happening in your life and notice. It can feel like, man, why do I have to do this again? Why do I have to deal with this again? Well, because it's time to really transmute it once and for all, and to use the tools you have, like your spiritual connection to source, by the mind, which is the number one way to just identify the thoughts of the ego, see them, and separate from them. That's not who you are. That's not your higher self. That's not your true self. So, but back to what I was saying about people awakening. This guy probably the only spiritual teacher these days that I really follow is Tim Wilde, WHILD. This really cool British guy, just a really gentle soul. I highly recommend checking him out. He was saying, and I feel this deeply myself, that what happened, people in our soul growth, there's like, it's pretty when we're going to awaken. And so we don't really know what's going to cause somebody to awaken. We think like, oh, I'll just drop a truth bomb, send them this article, send them this video, tell them. That doesn't work, right? Because if they're not ready, and it's not, there's like, it's not, the seed isn't fertile, the soil isn't fertile, then the seed's not going to sprout. In fact, what we're seeing for a lot of people is like the dormant stage seed growth, like winter, when beneath the soil, the seeds are just waiting. They're just getting ready. It's like the root vegetables. They're have protected. So if somebody came up, and you imagine like the garlic over the winter, right? You plant the garlic in the fall, and if somebody came up and was just, no, you're going to come out now, and you like brush all the dirt aside, that garlic ball would be like, no, I don't want to be exposed to the air yet. I'm not ready. It's not warm yet. That's what we're seeing a lot of people now on Earth. And so there's actually predetermined points in that person's soul contract that when they're meant to awaken, we don't know when that is, but it's generally, for me in my awakening, it was a series of things over, I don't know, 3 or 4 months that I read, that I was hearing about from people, and then and I was doing meditation. I was starting to bring in light, and then I started to just see it all, and like I just basically I stopped believing anything I was hearing in the news, and I started questioning everything I was hearing. Now it was a huge shifting. It was like, no, going here, 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 and I hit that point, boom, like then there's no going back, right? But that's what we're seeing. A lot of people are in this like really gradual, they replace, and then they tipping point. That's when they will, then they awaken. But it's all happening at their own rate. There is, it's been predicted that this is going to happen. So within the next few years, we're going to see a lot more people awakening, but it takes time. So in the meantime, we need to, as much as we can, just be kind to ourselves, be gentle with ourselves. It's not our job to wake people up. It's not our job to do anything for anybody, really, except for really our sole missions for many of us is just to hold light and to anchor that light in, and whatever that means. Some of us, I do feel like it's my mission to speak and to teach and to help people heal and clear the ego. A lot of you know that I do sessions for that. I do Akashic Records readings, hypnotherapy, past life regressions, intuitive coaching, a lot of different classes, and that's what I feel is my primary one of my primary purposes, also to raise my children, grow grow vegetables, there's different things. But for everybody has different vibrations. So in order to really do that, to really feel like we can have the energy or the courage to share our light, we need to clear out the crap. We need to clear out the shadows and heal and be gentle and rest, be kind to ourselves and rest when we need to rest. So, oh, somebody's saying that the connection's choppy. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if the internet is working or not. I've been having some weird internet stuff all day. I can probably do something if somebody sent me a message saying the internet's not working. Is anybody else having issues with the internet? Type it in if you are here on Zoom, or is it just one person? If you are, let me know, and I can probably do something. Oh, hold on. Okay, I do see that. All right, hold on a second. Let me put my booster on. I'll be right back. All right, I have a little Faraday cage that I keep my router in, so I don't like the signals, but I just took it out. So if that is better, hopefully it's better. If not, don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. The internet just sometimes it's funky. So if that's, hopefully that'll be better. If it doesn't, if you can't hear me, I'll just record it and it'll come through in the recording. Let's hope. All right. So let's begin to do just a little meditation to bring in healing, to really just allow ourselves to be reparented with this nurturing, loving energy of the earth. This is a lot of this has to do with, oh, no issues. Okay, that's good to hear. You can hear me. I don't know if it's better on Zoom. Sounds like Instagram's work. So much of this is healing our inner child. There's the inner child can feel really just confused and sad, especially if there's family right now. So what we're doing in this meditation is bringing in the most beautiful form of divine feminine energy I know, which is from the earth. Also, Mother Mary will probably be there. And so divine feminine, I connected with Isis. There was this really strong, like Shakti sort of energy. Tara, Kuan Yin, different like really powerful goddesses. Pele, which is like a Hawaiian goddess. Kali, god, like all these powerful, like strong divine feminine goddess energy. Mary Magdalene. Just these names, maybe there's one you connect with more than another. Just feel that energy with you. or maybe it's something else altogether. But whatever you connect with in that sort of healing, and maybe it's not divine feminine, maybe it's divine masculine, but for some reason I feel that divine feminine is what we're being guided to connect with tonight. So, all right, so let's close. You can close your eyes and take a deep breath in and a slow exhale. Another deep breath and just hold this one. And then slowly let the air out. Let your energy drop into your body. Let your body relax. One last deep, full, expansive, cleansing breath, and just really slowly exhale out. See how slowly you can allow your body to sink, allow your energy to settle into your bones, into the chair. And then just breathe naturally. Let your breath flow as it wants to. As you breathe, I'd like you to just begin bringing your awareness to a tree, any tree, maybe around outside your house, or where you live right now, wherever you are right now. Maybe it's a tree that you used to go to when you were little. Maybe it's a tree that just exists in your imagination. Bring your intention and your focus to this tree, this beautiful, majestic tree that just is, stands tall, rooted in the ground, stretching its branches towards the sun, has no agenda, has no opinion, but it does have a consciousness. And it has an energy. And bring yourself under this tree. Maybe imagine you're hugging a tree or just sitting under it, just feeling how it protects you. Like a sentry. It's watching over you. And as you breathe, just feel that you're linking up with the energy of the tree, with the lifeblood, the sap that flows through this tree. As you breathe in, imagine the sap is flowing up through the tree's trunks. As you breathe out, imagine that it's flowing down into the tree's roots, down into the soil. And you feel this exchange as the tree draws up nutrients through its roots, deep down from the soil and from the other trees and the other elements within the earth. These symbiotic relationships. And just feel that you are too drawing up energy from the earth just sending it to you through the bottoms of your feet. You are rooted into the ground like a tree. And just feel this nourishing, pure love of the vibration of Gaia, of Mother Earth, flowing into your body, into your cells, and just allowing yourself to soak it up. Just like the tree does. And as you do this, feel that you're settling in, you're getting used to what it feels like to be a tree, to be one with this particular tree. You don't have anywhere to be, you just stay in this place just existing, just reaching for the sun, hoping for rain sometimes. Interacting with the other trees and aware of the other trees around you, and you respond to them and you support each other and you feel their energy. You feel what is within the earth. You feel the pulse of the earth through your veins. And you have this deep desire to just go now deep down through the roots. You feel that you're just being called. There's something deep within the earth, down into through the roots, where it gets dark, where the soil is almost so dark brown, almost black, so rich, down through the worms and the other little beneficial creatures, down past the mushrooms and the mycelium network of pure magic, down through the different layers, and find until you find an opening, almost like a cave that has been prepared for you to rest in. This is the womb of Mother Earth, here for you to retreat into. As you settle into this place, you notice how quiet it is. And you actually feel this deep sense of safety and of protection. Just like when you were in your own mother's womb, receiving nourishment through your own form of roots, through your umbilical cord, from the placenta, from your mother, that mother that was your mother, but now you're receiving and you're connecting with the mother of all existence here on this planet, Mother Earth. Feel her energy. Feel her love. And feel the gentle whisper and caresses being rocked and cradled by the divine feminine goddesses of the earth. Here with you. And so we're going to take a few moments of quiet to just feel and receive the deep love and healing of Gaia and this divine feminine goddess energy. Allow it to cleanse you, allow it yourself to be purified, allow the emotions to be released, the tears to flow if need be. Allow yourself to go into your own cocoon, curling up to just rest and receive. Notice if you feel energy being cleared from your body, being pulled out, anything that is not serving you. Notice if there's any messages here for you in your heart. Notice how good it feels to just allow yourself to heal and to rest. Now feel that from the soil around you, through the soil around you, deep within the essence, the heart of the earth, you feel this beautiful light being infused through your veins, through every part of your body, receiving this sense of hope, joy, even deep unconditional love for all that you are and all that you have been through, the earth and the divine feminine beings of light. They understand, they know, and they are here simply to hold space for you, to give you nurturing and comfort. So just soak it up, receive, receive, receive. Maybe you didn't receive this sort of love from your own mother. Or maybe you did. Or maybe you're wanting to receive it now. And as an adult, you now know that your mother was doing the best she could with the tools that she had and still has at this time. And now you have this opportunity to receive the highest and most powerful form of motherly love that there is. That feminine, Sophia Christed, Mother God energy. And allow that to be infused with that masculine, yang sort of powerful energy as a balance. Bringing them both into your consciousness to every level of your mind, body, spirit, and soul. Marrying them as one, the yin and the yang in perfect harmony. Just feel yourself now being almost hugged by the earth. And maybe you want to stay here for longer in this womb of the earth, in this special space of darkness and healing. Or maybe you want to come out, and you come out through the roots. You bring your awareness up through the roots, up closer to the light, up into the trunk of the tree, all the way up to the branches, going up through the leaves. And imagine that you, like those little sprouts, those little shoots that are coming out right now, spring, that you're beginning to sprout, that your leaves are beginning to grow bigger and bigger, soaking up that sun, beginning to give forth new life, to blossom into flowers and then into fruits, to express your beauty to the world. Just feel that sunlight flowing through your body, just soaking it up. Feels so good. See if you can smile. Deep breath in, slow exhale. And then if you want, you can bring your hands in prayer position to your heart center, over your heart, or leave them in your lap. Just taking a moment to give thanks, honoring yourself, honoring our dear, blessed Gaia, the divine feminine, sacred love and beings of light, all connected to the source of all that is. Give thanks. So you can begin to stretch out, coming back into your body, moving your hands and feet, arms and legs, stretching out through your back, your neck, and then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. So, yeah, hopefully that was helpful for you in some way. It's really powerful to kind of, I'm sure you felt that, just the power of that earth energy. And you know, you can do this in real life, just go outside, lie on the earth, just allow it to heal, allow it to soak, you know, the earth can do that. It can transmute any heaviness and can take it for us like compost. I remember once a few years ago, I don't know how many years actually, I was feeling really heavy and just gross. And I said, I went outside and I didn't have any energy to really do anything. And I said, I'm just going to lie on the earth until I feel better. And I just lay there for probably about an hour. And I didn't do anything. I just, maybe I was thinking, I was probably trying to meditate, but I was just so exhausted. And then it did help. It just clears it away. So that I can't say this enough. And I just feel this so strongly. I know a lot of you do too, that the earth and the trees and the flowers and the rocks and the water and all of the elements of the earth, the birds, the animals, that is going to be us through that vibration. They're in a higher vibrational state. And we're moving into that higher, the earth is already moved into 5D. So the way we can move into those higher states of consciousness frequency is by just being around those animals, being around the earth. So as much as we can do that, it's going to help us. So yes, I love hearing about what that was like for you. If you want to comment here, if I can't see on Facebook now, I'll look at it later, and then or on Instagram or on Zoom. And in the meantime, I'm going to be away for the next few weeks. We're going actually to my aunt's funeral in Virginia, but we're also going to make a road trip of it, visit some other family who I haven't seen for a while. It's going to be really healing for me, I think, just visiting my grandparents' old house. This house where they built in Southern Maryland. So I'm not going to be doing meditation for a few weeks, for 2 weeks, to next through Wednesdays. But don't worry, I'll send out something via email, I'll post something to give you if you want in the meantime. But when I get back, there's a whole lot of things happening the week I get back. The week after I get back, actually, the week of May 16th, there's a free online class where we're going to be writing and like how we want to be in the new Earth reality and really creating it on Monday. So I encourage you to come to that or sign up for that. I'll put the link here. And we'll be doing meditation, as I said, and a writing tool to really like visualize, feel how we want to be. And now, how can we make this a reality for ourselves? It's much more powerful when we write it down, and then it becomes more real. It's the law of attraction. And then Wednesday, there's the workshop edible plant foraging, which is going to be so cool with my friend Evelyn showing us. We're going to actually be in her yard in her farm here in Richmond, learning about plants that we could eat and draw them, and how we can work with the energy of those, the healing energy of those plants. Then Thursday we'll be doing. Sorry, I'm doing the opposite. That's Thursday. Wednesday is a psilocybin workshop on psychedelic mushrooms with my other Togish in Canada. She has a lot of experience with psychedelics and microdosing, and we're going to be talking about that. Not, we got to be careful, right, what we say, but there's a lot there's a lot of power in the consciousness expansion and healing potential in some of these psychedelics. With be careful with it, but we'll learn about that. And these are all through the New Earth Collective. So that's what I used to call a group of people of light workers that are learning and growing and moving into the New Earth together. So if you want to join us for those, you can join the New Earth Collective. It's very affordable. It's a membership thing. You can cancel anytime. Or if you want to check it out, I'm doing a drop-in for a little while. I was experimenting with that little drop-in fee to join some of those workshops. And then the last thing, it's like I'm calling it like a traveling feast, because we have all these things like the appetizer on Monday, class, and the main course is these 2 workshops. There's the psilocybin one is virtual. Obviously the edible plant foraging is in person, and then like the dessert, the coffee, tea, and dessert part is on Saturday, and that's when my Cheryl and I are going to be doing a day retreat at her home, an immersion of the 5 senses, planting seeds, doing essential oil, like bathing, not really baths, but with this meditation with essential oils. We'll be doing sacred geometry mandalas. We'll be just doing meditation, but like really experiencing immersion of the 5 senses. Hydrotherapy, going in her hot tub and pool, back and forth, hot and cold. That's the sight, sense, the smell, the touch. Then there's a raw cacao fire ceremony that we'll be doing outdoors at the end, which is, if you haven't had cacao ceremony, super amazing and powerful and healing. Talk about the most beautiful, heart-opening, divine feminine energy. So that's like the icing on the cake. Put that link in here too. That retreat's going to be just really, really, really healing. It's a time to just be with some other like-minded people like yourself, to just rest, receive, and that's what we need to do, right, for our next expansive phase. So, okay, that's all I got. It went definitely a lot over the normal this evening, but thanks for staying here and hanging out with me for a little while. So wishing you all much love. Take care of yourself, rest, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, and it's all uphill from here, right? Okay, take care. Bye, everyone.